boy. Ooh, that was my neck. Oh, shit.
What did you do?
Welcome to Plot Twists and Deep Thoughts. I broke my neck. I am losing it.
Paraplegic.
I'm lost. I can't move anything.
Kelsey's just gonna start drooling.
That would, yeah. It would be, if I start drooling, indication of nothing. That's just me.
All right.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Plot Twists and Deep Thoughts. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Kelsey.
We are doing our first book actual episode here. We're going to cover the first 3 books of Throne of Glass. So that would be Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire that we're covering today. And the reason why we're torturing ourselves and trying to squeeze 3 into one episode is because of the way the pacing is going to work for us to get us to when the next ACOTAR book is released. Don't mind me wheezing through the episode. My asthma kicked in right before we started.
The allergies?
And laughing too
Salt
hard
melt
just
to
makes
Long
my
Island.
esophagus close up. So
Oh,
But the
I
pollen's
sneezed
hit.
for like 2 hours this morning, so.
yeah, the girls have been doing it nonstop.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
sneezed so hard I hit my head. It was a rough time. I was washing dishes and I ate, but it startled me and I went, it was an aggressive,
what did you hit
but
your
like
head?
my
The
toaster
faucet?
oven thing,
No,
it's like real, it's real close together. I don't have that big of like, it's a kitchenette, so
I
it was like
know.
real squished. And I tried to turn my head so I didn't like sneeze. I don't know. I should just sneeze into the sink. I don't know, man. But I like common courtesy. I
abyss?
tried to do an abyss one, but I did it downwards abyss. And,
Oh
and
my
the corner's
God.
like right there. So I just went, "Bleh."
Can I see?
And it wasn't that hard.
There might be a lump. No, that's just the shape of your head. Actually, never mind.
I do have a dent. I don't know, man. I was dropped a lot this baby, if you can't tell.
I think if anything, if I had to draw you from memory, I'd definitely do the pox. Like,
Oh, yeah. I still don't know what side of the face it's on,
it's
but
that
it's
above your right one.
okay.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, almost there.
Well,
I mean, you'd have to draw my weird bumps I have.
yeah.
I remember when I went to the doctor for the pain,
Mhm.
and the first time, and she diagnosed it as shingles, and she was like, is this a rash? And I was like, no, I just have weird lumps on my face. It's been there forever.
I've just
I'm
always
sensitive
had it,
about
okay? I know. People are like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, it's a pock mark, okay? I scratched it off when I was like 4.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
We're pickers, okay?
Yeah. Okay. The oatmeal baths did not extend to the
they don't
face.
do shit. Oh my God. I feel like I remember my mom having oven mitts on me for a while.
Probably. I don't even know if we did that. There's a picture of me and my old cat, Cotty, R.I.P.
Aw.
She's been dead for like 25 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, Cot. On like some like chair that we had. And it's just, I look so haggard in like a plaid like nightgown.
Bets to take a picture
And it
of you
was-
and you're fucking chicken poxed out.
And I'm petting the cat, and you could just see I've just been scratching the ever living
Yeah.
shit out of myself. I think also I might have already scratched that off.
Oh,
Like
just
I think it might have just
bleeding.
been like the abyss.
Yeah.
It's like a red mark, but there's no like pox. Also,
It blends well.
yeah, but also thinking about having the chicken pox now as like an adult, like bumps just forming on your body, nightmare. I can't
Yeah.
even imagine. I know it's like worse for adults, but just the thought of like itchy
I mean, my rash on my arm was enough to drive me up a fucking wall.
well, that felt like ringworm. That felt real.
I know. It's bizarre. That felt real.
It felt like
Well, yeah, it definitely was real.
Yeah.
I mean,
If fun fact, if you have ringworm, if you take a black light and you go into a dark room, it illuminates. And that's how you can tell if
should I?
like there's no questioning.
Is there a
It's-
leftover? Like, could it be left over under me even after the rash is gone? Like, if I don't treat it?
I don't know.
Because I'm kind of
that
wondering why
one,
I'm still
really.
itchy.
Probably could. I mean, legit, if you have a black light, you can give it a shot. See
I
what
don't
happens.
have a black light.
Well,
But we'll still
yeah,
be.
well,
Anyway, I think we should probably talk
Cosmic
about
bowling.
the books.
We can
now.
do it.
Yeah, yeah. Do they do that at the new one?
No, probably not. They're not fun. But the one in Riverhead, I think, does it. The All Star.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess we should talk about the books now
Okay, sorry.
instead of chicken pox, but that's fine. Quick question: Would
Yes.
you work for the man who enslaved you, murdered your people, and destroyed your kingdom if it meant your freedom?
You know, I like to say that I wouldn't, but
Like,
at the
Salt mine where most of the people die, or killing
if
people
I
for the
had an
king?
opportunity to free myself, and then also if I was badass enough, which Selena is, to sorry, I always pronounce her name wrong. My brain says
Had to
Selena,
slow
so I'm
down, had to
struggling
slow.
on it a little. But if I was as badass as she was, and like had the forethought to have maybe ulterior motives,
Yeah.
I would do it. Yeah. I mean, I would. I mean, honestly, I'm a little selfish. I'd do it
Yeah.
anyway. Just
Yeah, I guess
to
we
be
find
free.
out how she spends it eventually, but I think that just the thought of, because I think that's what, like, does it feel like Sarah J. Maas sets up the gravity of the situation, like between those two decisions, where she's like, yo, this guy is literally my arch
Yeah.
nemesis, and I'm gonna go partake in this competition for him to then be his champion and be at his bidding, or am I gonna try and just like rot in the salt mines and maybe survive?
Yes, and I think she's so well. I think all of these authors are so genius because it's like they think. I feel like it's like step A, and then they're already thinking of like step Z Z Z Z Z. Like it's so. I feel like
100%.
at least the ones I've read recently, they feel very like it starts here and then it like fans out.
Well, yeah, that's what's amazing about this
yeah.
series as a whole, and that's what I wanted to get into, because this is like I was doing some research on just like the start of Throne of Glass, because she publishes the first book in 2012, but it's actually a decade-long process of getting to just that,
Yeah.
just Throne of Glass. And I didn't even I've seen some inklings of this on social media, but I didn't know that there was originally like a fan fiction type of thing posted on Fiction Press back in 2002, and it was Queen of Glass. She was only 16 years old when she posted that. And
It was 2002.
2002 was when that was posted on Fiction Press, right? So
Okay.
that first iteration of like, hey, I have this story. I'm 16.
How
I'm
old is she?
16. How
No,
old is she
in real
now?
life.
Well, if she was 16
Sorry.
around 2002,
I thought she was closer to our age. Like,
do the math. What is that?
see, we were 11 if it was 2002.
Okay, so she's not that far from. She's not. I don't think she's 40 yet, right?
She is? Okay. Can I do a quick Google search?
Yeah,
I gotta
Google it
know.
up.
She's 40.
Oh, she's
Okay,
40.
so she's, yeah, all right.
What up, girl?
Hey, girl.
I'm really looking forward to my 40s.
Me
Like
too.
in all seriousness.
First off, she's beautiful. I'm just
she's
gonna throw that out there. Her hair color, live and die for it. I want it so bad.
But
Side note, sorry.
no, it's okay. So if we have the Fiction Press Queen of Glass post date is in 2002. It takes roughly another 10 years for Throne of Glass to be published. And I guess because of the reaction she got to that Queen of Glass posting, she pretty much took it off pretty quick and was like, "Oh, we're getting a lot of attention on this," and she took it down to then make it into an actual publishable novel. So when you think about it, like, she's had all of these characters in her mind and like this world building in her brain since she was 16 years old.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I can't even imagine.
And I feel like you definitely get a sense for that as you're reading the book, because, and I'm going to be completely honest, when I was gifted the first couple books from a friend, Ashley, shout out to you.
Love you.
Yeah. She gifted me these books like years ago, right? Like that was Christmas like 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say. Took me a little while to even open Throne of Glass. And then I think we'll talk about this when we hit Crown of Midnight. I got through Throne of Glass. At first, I don't think I was super enamored with it, because it definitely felt more YA than I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Because I had just read ACOTAR, and so I was thinking it was gonna be like, ooh, it's gonna be this spicy, like, and it's like, no, it's not. You know, it's very PG. But yeah, I think that you feel her emotional connection to these characters as she writes this story and like develops each character, especially as the series goes on. I think the first book definitely has more of a YA feel, but you can forgive that knowing that essentially the premise for it came from a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Really, that's wild.
I mean, I wasn't doing any of that when I was 16.
I mean, I was reading, and I definitely how old was I when I probably started writing the one quote unquote book I kind of did, like, that will never see the light of day. But I think I was probably around 16 when I wrote that.
So, yeah, like 15, 16.
And that was a little dark. That was darker than anything I was really dealing with at 16, but still, it was not a fantasy world. I was not building out actual places and mountainscapes and like trying to tie all these stories together.
It's just incredible how some people's minds work, because
Yeah.
like mine just doesn't work that way, and
Yeah.
like some days I wish it did. Like yeah, no, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But it's just so incredible.
It is.
To think that like we're all individual brains and stuff.
We do,
But
yeah.
it's just really crazy that some people work that way. Because I'm jealous and I wish my brain did work that way.
Yeah, I think it's a fucking feat to be able to do that, and especially when you have 7. That's why I think this was such a huge undertaking. Like every time I sat down the past like 2 weeks trying to figure out, one, because I've passed Heir of Fire now, right? So like we read the three we read the first 3 books a few months ago, and this was my second reading of Throne of Glass. First reading, full reading of Crown of Midnight, and first reading of Heir of Fire. And I've already read the other books that come after those, so I was trying to figure out a place to stop so that we don't bleed into those. But also, how do we cover 3 books in one episode when these books there's so much information in them, there's so many characters, there's so many places to remember and things that happen. And I think that there are things in each book that, as I was sitting down and trying to write like my little bullet points, what are my notes, what do I want to touch on, there's so much. I was like, I don't know what to pick, and I don't want to leave stuff out because I feel like that's not fair. I will say part of me feels okay with doing more of a broader dive into it, because I want to say the majority of people that are probably going to click on this with any interest whatsoever, the people that are going to click on this with any interest are probably the people that have read it already, whether it's a reread or just picked it up recently for the first time because the new books are coming out. So I think we're safe. I don't think I have to give any spoiler warnings because we're probably going to slip up and give up some spoilers. So
I was gonna say, it did come out like more than a decade ago. So unfortunately,
I mean, what, 20 years ago?
20 years ago? Oh,
That's wild.
that hurts.
We're old. So with that said, we're going to jump right in because we do have a lot to discuss. Let's just start with a simple question. What were your expectations going into this series?
I was like you, where it didn't really it didn't get my attention really. I didn't even really get like I said, and I've said before, I made it to Heir of Fire. I got 40% of the way through, and I literally was just like, wow, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
And I put it away for like 2 years.
That's kind of crazy to me, because once I got past the point that I stopped in Crown of Midnight, I was fucking hooked.
Yeah.
And then
but that's the thing, like the first book, it was like slow going.
Yeah.
But the same thing kind of happened in ACOTAR, where like I did enjoy the first book, but like the second is where I like revved up and I was like, oh no, I love this.
And everything that I've read is like, and you see online is like, and I think Sarah J. Maas even feels this way, where it's like Crown of Midnight is the book. Like that's what everyone was saying. And I'm like, every time I read that, I was like, that's wild, because that's the one I quit on.
Yeah.
Crown of Midnight, I started reading, and I got a first few chapters in, and I just was like, and we'll get into it, but I'm gonna fully blame Kale. I'm so sorry, dude. We can get into it in a minute. I know I'm gonna be the villain in this fucking story, and we will talk about it. But so expectations going into it.
Misunderstood.
Listen, you'll have your chance to. We'll go to court on it. You'll have your chance to defend him.
Get my wig and my gavel. I'm ready. Funk. All right.
Wait, side story real quick. I was in Barber's room, Mr. Barber's room, for the recital the other night when I was backstage with Scarlett.
Wow! Oh my god!
Yeah, so I was, because Mr. Brussels comes in to turn on the Netflix and everything, so the kids have something to watch while they're backstage. And he's like, oh, Barber's got the...
It was at the high school?
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. So Brussels comes in and he goes, oh, Barber's got the high desk. Look at him, Mr. Fancy. I go, we're in Barber's room? And he's like, yeah. And then, of course, there's an American flag with Barber's picture on it in the back. There's like...
and you're like, all right.
I was like, oh, yeah. And on the back, behind his desk, he's got 2 gavels, you know?
Oh, yes!
He probably throws those at people. Yeah. I wonder if he can still do that.
My claim to fame in school still is on, I think it was his final, the bonus question was to name, he had a thing for, he was really big into like the Wu-Tang Clan, and I went through a period of like 2 to 3 months where I also was really big into Wu-Tang Clan. I discovered Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Get the money, dollar bill, y'all. Okay, but I knew there's like 8 or 9 members. I knew every member of Wu-Tang, and that was the bonus question. And I have never felt so cool.
You peaked.
I peaked. That was the peak. 17, knowing the question to the final of all of the members of Wu-Tang. Like correct spelling, correct name,
Yeah.
like correct everything. I was
That's
like,
amazing.
oh my god, I got like 20 extra points.
Your brain is phenomenal that way, though. Like with
weird
musicians.
things.
Yeah, weird
Like
shit.
I still know the combo to my high school locker.
Oh, I don't.
Have
I
I?
have dreams about that still.
I think I've peaked. I'm really sad. Like I don't know.
There's more to come for you. It
Please.
ebbs and flows. Okay.
We're at a down swing.
Yeah.
We can only go up.
We're going up.
We're
from
going
here.
up.
I did that moon ritual, so we're good.
Like
I buried some shit for you. Okay.
Thanks. Good.
My neighbor
Incredible. I have felt lighter. So light.
Okay. All right. So I guess yes. I think going into the series, my expectation. I think I was a harsh critic, and I think I was expecting too much of ACOTAR. And it was not, and it was a slow burn into that. Like now, yes, being a few books in, there's the similarities and there's those elements that we love that made us fall in love with. I mean, I know I always liked fantasy, but I think ACOTAR reignited that in me. And so
for sure, because COVID hit, and I was like, hey, and Ashley bought the first ACOTAR for me too as a Christmas present, and I was like, oh,
thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, Ash, you got me going, and I'm not stopping. But yeah, she was the first one. She bought, she got it for me for Christmas, and I remember I had it for a couple of months. I was like, meh. And and then I started, and then I couldn't stop, and it was like Throne of Glass. That's how it started, and like I loved the first book, and then I loved the second book.
Once I was patient with the fact that it was not going to be a spicy read, which is fine. I don't need spice in everything, but I think sometimes that is an element I want in my fantasy books.
I need a
just
good plot.
Because
I really do need
give
like
me
a good plot.
a little burning, like kind of thing.
Hot man.
Yeah. And so I think that was my expectation. Diving into a little bit of, I guess let's start talking about plot and characters and things like that. Selena and her, I'm going to call it identity performance, because we meet her, she is like, she's flaunted as this, like, the world's deadliest assassin at what? She's like 18, right?
Yeah. No, I think she's 17.
Is she even young? Yeah.
I think so.
So
she's like real young.
We know she's young. We know she's a girl. We know she's just spent a year in and really insane prison camp, slave camp, whatever you want to call it, for being an assassin.
Yeah.
Is her storyline immediately believable that like this 17-year-old weighs probably less than me, like the world? I mean, I could see it. I could see like I could probably get behind doors that somebody else, like a man, probably couldn't. Like things like that. Like I do see where the element
sit
could
through
be.
bars where adults couldn't fit and stuff like that.
Something like that. And maybe be overlooked because hey, here's this 17-year-old girl. She's not imposing enough. She's not threatening enough. Do you feel like it was like, did you buy into it right away that like, and I guess maybe knowing what we knew going into it, I didn't read it 20 years ago. I read it after all the hype came out already. So I think I had more of an appreciation for like, I'm just going to let this story tell itself and I'm not going to overthink her so much. But what was your take on just even if we're talking about her personality and her assassin-esque?
I think like what you touched on in terms of like being unassuming because she was so young. But I mean like sorry. Just it wasn't, I mean, it was believable because I liked the story that was woven.
Right.
But also, like, if you just look at it at facts, you're 17, you're in a slave camp, you have Stockholm syndrome from the, like, man who trained you to be an assassin.
Yeah, so weird.
So it's like, I think that it became believable, at least in that sense. But if I just look at, like, the bare facts of, like, being 17, like, I still can't string thoughts together. But I definitely couldn't, like, I didn't have my shit together at 17.
100%.
So I'm like, I don't think I would. I think that, well, sorry, can't string them together. Thinking of like being 17 and like being very impulsive. Yeah. I know like the fact that she's like that.
I was just gonna say, I think
it's
sorry,
very,
not to cut you off.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Used to it. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. No, I'm.
I think that is very that was like on par. As soon as I saw how unpredictable and how impulsive she was, I was like, oh no, this tracks. Like she's 17.
Like, she is 17. She's just a girl. And what I love about her, and this carries on through the next few books too, is that like the way Moss wrote her, she's the first real like feminine heroine we come across, and R's are not my friends, so bear with me when I say heroine.
Heroin. How do you say
it's
it?
weird though. I get stuck on the R. Heroine.
Heroin.
Was that right?
I think of, well.
I know. Well, yes. I'm
yeah.
not shooting up, but we're talking about Selena like
Yeah.
as the protagonist, but she's the first like one that is like really feminine and stands firmly in that. Where she even like when they first start talking, at first I kind of was like, she loves dresses, she loves candy, she loves what? Like, I'm like, oh, we're trying too hard to make her this. What's the word I'm looking for? Complex character, but she is. And once I got past the like thinking like, oh, are you forcing this on me? I was like, oh no, like she is just 17. She doesn't quite know herself yet. She obviously is struggling with her identity. Like, I think that she portrays this I want to say bravado or arrogance, right? Where she like knows she's kind of good looking and she knows she's got skills and she knows this. And she uses that as this protection and suit of armor for sure as she's being taken to the castle. And
she's just such a shit talker. And I resonate with that.
Yeah. And that's also, I mean, I think sometimes that might be one of the harder things to read, but I think more so as an adult because I'm like, oh, you're so angsty, you know? But I do remember being that way. And like, I still to this day have a smart mouth. So I can't really, you can't take that as marks against her. But yeah, I think one of the things that I love about Selena is that she is this like just this girly girl that wants connection with somebody. She loves the frilly dresses. She likes dressing up. She wants to go to the balls and she likes fine things. And I'm like, oh yeah, like maybe I'm like that too. I think I'm pretty hard and fucking tough. And then I'm like, oh, but I want like pretty shiny things too.
Yeah, wholeheartedly. I'm still like that. I was like that then, and I'm like that now.
Ryan was just saying that to me. I was actually talking about Leanna, and I was like, "Oh, Leanna's always been really good at saving money, and like she," and I'm like, and then I thought I was too. I worked hard, and then I just spent it on. He's like, "Yeah, you like nice things." I'm like, yeah, you're right, I do.
I do too. Hey, I get it. I don't save.
So I guess going from Selena, and that's gonna piss me off to say for the next hour and probably the next 4 episodes.
We call her Sel,
or at one point they call her Lena, and she's like, "I fucking hate that."
I know.
Just like when people call me Katie, I'm like, absolutely not. If you're not a blood relative, you call me Katie, I'm gonna shank you. But let's go into the classic YA romantasy trope, the love triangle.
They're my favorite.
I think you have to have somebody else in the mix, but like, did it work here? Did we believe that Selena had any interest in either of them? And I guess let's pick our stance on who we thought. I have elephants in the house.
Sorry, like
hopefully y'all don't hear that. But yeah, where do you stand in the love triangle of it all?
In terms of like who?
I mean, you could go with who. Did you believe that she was interested in either of them?
No. Well, at first, no. I think that's the thing. She's conniving, and I love that. I think it really was because again, she's young. She's 17. I think I mean, at that age, I was all about me. Yeah. And I think it was the same way where she's like, no, I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to, once she had whatever plan she had set in place in her mind, she was like, no, I'm doing that.
Right.
And what better way to get close to the
think
prince,
she was strategically going after Dorian, not...
I think maybe at first in her head she had that, and then I think, I mean, he was easy on the eyes, so I think maybe it bled into like it was like at first
a softness to him that I love.
Yeah, he just seems kind of dumb, but like in a good way. No, sorry.
Wait, we are gonna go hard this episode, dude.
Not no, like loving dumb. Like he's just kind of like a golden retriever. He's a golden retriever. They have those like. It's like, do you have a Doberman or a golden retriever? He's kind of a golden retriever.
Yeah, but you want me to? I want to attack the shit out of Kale.
So do it. It's
like,
okay. I still don't know. Like if I was in her shoes. Time of my life. I feel like there's a prince and there's like the head of security.
Okay, so that's the
like
other
everything,
thing. Ugh. How is a 21-year-old captain of the fucking guard? And spoiler alert, when he kills Cain at the end of the book, he's wounded in his soul that he just had to kill somebody. My brother in Christ, you are the captain of the guard. Have you never wielded your sword before, you fucking pansy? Like
maybe not to that degree.
He also killed someone who's been murdering the entire... Again, spoiler alert. He's been murdering the entire book. We're gonna get into now. I'm getting heated, dude. I'm starting to sweat. This is how, like, I've been holding this in for months where I'm like, I want to talk about Kale, because
Kale Westfall.
you put some respect on my man's
put some
name.
respect on his name. Here's the thing that, and
I know.
I didn't, first off, I don't know if I ever clocked he was like 21, so that's a new one.
No, they say it. They're like, he's so young and he's blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So they're all just like wee ones.
I can't,
Like,
if I saw it, well, okay, it's like 21-year-olds joining the army, I guess. They could be, if they rank up, they could become,
I know.
you know.
So that's fine. We don't,
But then,
don't get hung up
okay.
on that part.
Okay, I wasn't trying to.
Move on. No.
Let it go. Okay, but like.
Let it go. Sorry.
No.
I have kids.
I know.
We just
it's
watched
okay.
it yesterday too. Again,
Oh, it's fine. Just kidding. Record scratch.
Okay.
Go. I don't know.
No.
I
Go,
can't
go.
finish. I don't know what I was
Okay,
going to say.
so you. I know. I'm so
I
sorry.
lost it.
All right, so we're gonna break down Kale and Dorian. Maybe I also don't like him because I have to say Kale. And Dorian is just so
you
much
can
easier
say
to
Chow and be wrong.
say. Ew. If anything, I'd say
Chow.
Cole.
Cole. Yeah, Cole.
I love you're
Alright.
you are so literal when you read things. You're like, I'm gonna pronounce every letter in this word with emphasis.
You
Adobe.
know what? Yeah, you know why not? Adobe. Okay, in my defense, my grandmother was French Canadian and she spoke French, and that's how she would say it. Okay,
Yeah, IER is definitely like, hey.
Indovier. Yeah, that's
Sorry.
if
that
it's
was
wrong,
so
sorry,
weird.
but that's how I'm going for it.
Okay, so let's see. Let's all right, back to the love. I'm so sorry. We're gonna go off on tangents.
Yeah, we are.
And you're gonna love us for this. The love triangle. This is classic YA.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. What do you think each one of them? Because she definitely strings both of them along this whole book pretty much. I don't think that she was strategic in Dorian. I know she didn't like him, but immediately I felt like she couldn't deny that, like, he's very striking looking.
Yeah.
I think he genuinely, and we do find this out as we keep reading, like, he's genuinely kind. Like, he is just this nice guy. He's charming. He knows what his dad, like, the king of Adarlan is like, and I'm going to say Adarlan. You can say Adarlan. Well, it's fine.
It's fine.
We're going to still be friends at the end of this.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah, I think that, I don't feel that it was strategic. You're totally entitled to your opinion. That's what's going to make this work. We're going to debate this all and figure it out.
Sister.
I just couldn't get past, like, oh my God, I almost just fucked that up. I couldn't get past Cole's, like, he's so intense. Like, he's so intense and, like, and I guess that's what a lot of people really love about him is the broodingness. And I kind of like that Dorian comes in, he's just like, it's a really dark time in this kingdom and he knows it. And there's a lot of weight on his shoulders, but he still kind of feels like you said, this golden retriever where he's just kind of trying to find the levity and the niceness in his day to day. Because then you see him go back when you're in his POV, and he's so like, I want to say introspective, like where he's like, he's analyzing everything, he's taking into consideration his role in everything. Do you think that book one, it was fair for Selena to even get involved with either of them when she doesn't, do you feel like she truly knew herself well enough to consider loving either one of them or getting involved with them?
No.
Without spoiling 4 books ahead, you know what I mean?
No, but also, again,
don't care, she's 17,
She's
right?
17. Yeah. Again, if I had two, if I was 17 and there were 2 attractive guys, one a prince, one captain of the guard, both vying for my attention, first off.
Well, to be fair, Kale
Queen
was
of the
not
Castle.
vying for attention.
I know you got that, my bad. Queen of the Castle. Okay, I would be insane. I would be like, can't tell me
17-year-old Kelsey, she'd be like, I'll murder all of you.
Yeah,
like,
I was
I
like,
don't
you
care.
can't tell me shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hot shit. What was the question?
Kelsey's just envisioning both of them being into her. She's like,
I am so sorry. Okay, what was
Raw,
the question again?
next question.
I just think that, like, her, because of that situation, though, her ego, like...
Okay, yeah, let's unpack it even farther than that. lost Sam. Didn't even write Sam on the fucking board.
No,
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry,
Dude,
Sam.
so
Cortland.
sorry, Sam. R.I.P. So we go back to
Yeah.
Sam the year prior, right? She lost Sam. She knows.
Oh
that
my god, that changes everything.
she lost Sam. It allows her
Yeah.
more of the like. She just and like
She
I
has
said,
more
she's just a little
complexity
girl.
now
She
because
just
of
wants
that
a little
in my
bit.
eyes. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Well, and then you want to backtrack even
Yeah.
farther for the complexity of Selena. Her parents were murdered in the bed next to her, or like she got into bed after they were murdered. I think Sam plays a complexity in the way she is, and especially after she's just been so isolated in the salt mine. She didn't think she was going to get out. She even tried to have them kill her by escaping. She was like, I never thought I would get to the wall or whatever the fuck it was. I think she was just. I think at 17 years old, we all are dying for a connection, even if we don't have half the trauma that fucking Selena had in this book. So I don't think it was intentional that she was like, I'm going to lead these guys on. I think she knows she's a cute girl. She's got some stuff going for her. I think she enjoyed teasing Kale because like Kale was the harder, like he was the brooding kind of like, I don't fucking trust you and you're a nasty
She gotta
assassin.
crack him, yeah.
Yeah,
She
so
gotta,
she
like, get down.
like love that. I love that. Half of my friends are my friends because I had to break them down and make them like me.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, now you're stuck with me.
Yeah, forever.
Ever. And then I think Dorian, I think she appreciated that like he's not what I expected. And he was this like flirty kind of outright, like maybe he was the easier choice for her because he just openly was like, oh, I'm into you.
Yeah.
You're pretty. What's up? And Kale was like, come train with me.
Yeah.
Fucking hate him.
Broody, muscular, can fight. I just describe Rob.
We only think he can fight because he's the captain of the guard.
Yeah, but
what battle have you seen, Kale?
What? I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
I don't know, but he made it. Okay, he probably also was just a shoo-in because here's the thing too. Was he Dorian's friend before?
Yeah.
Okay,
and I think partly
there
because
you go.
He didn't want.
He comes from a prominent family too, right?
Where is he? He's like the White Fangs, I think, right? He's like that town.
Oh, maybe. We didn't write
Which
that
one
down.
is it? I should have done like a web and like drawn lines to everybody. Is it Doranel? But I think it was.
Yeah, it's Doranel. You're correct. You're correct.
Right? Yeah, because sorry, I just choked on my own.
Because his dad at one point
basically exiles him because he says, I don't want to take over. I don't want to be Lord or whatever. Yeah. I want to be, I guess, a part of Dorian's whatever.
What a bromance.
So here's the thing. And that's, points to Kale for his loyalty to Dorian. Yeah. That arc throughout the series, the next few books, is admirable. I totally don't fault him for that because if I had to serve you as in your queendom, I would do the same thing. There'd be fucking don't worry, I got you. I'd become your champion.
Thank you, and as I would to you.
I know.
I'd fail, but I would try really hard. I would try so hard. I'd try very hard.
You could do it. We're fire signs. The rage keeps us going.
I know, but then I would be like Kale because then I'd cry afterwards.
Kelsey would
I would murder someone.
12 to 15 business days to process every murder she did.
I'd murder whatever the hell his name is, and then I would just cry, and I'd be like, "I'm fine. It's okay. Don't look at me for like 15 minutes. I'll get it together. It's fine."
Well, that's the hardest part too. Is like, you're crying now.
No, I was laughing so hard, and I have a tickle in my throat.
I feel like we have to touch on the competition. Yeah. I don't think that was the point of the book. I think it was strategically used. I think it was overshadowed in some areas, but I do think that it was more
a stepping stone. It feels
like it was just part of this, like, which is super cool on Sarah J. Maas's, like, in her brain, that she was like, I'm just going to use this as like a little bit of a plot thing. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a pillar structurally to kind of fan off of, because it allows us to
stepping stone.
Sure.
Possibly.
I love that. Use it. Run with it. I think that it was used to kind of introduce it gets Selena out of the salt mines into the kingdom. It introduces Duke Parrington. It gets us closer to the king of Adarlan. And it introduces a lot of other characters. I'm not going to name all the people that were in the fucking competition because there's 23 competitors. But we meet Kane, immediate piece of shit. I loved Knox immediately. Like, just felt like, okay, like he saw Selena. I wonder, part of me wonders if like he might have had a suspicion that she was who she was all along. Because why would this like young, what other girl is coming in and going to kill this fucking competition?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I think it was just a strategic way to try and piece some things together.
I do like though, because I've read books where the competition is like the main event. And
Well, it's Hunger Games. Very Hunger Games-esque,
again,
right?
I didn't read Hunger Games,
yeah,
so I wouldn't know.
You watched the movies though.
I did no. I only watched one. We went over this. Okay.
Sorry.
I watched one because again, side note, it was the actor the guy that played Snow. He was what I envisioned fanfic Draco Malfoy to be. Did you clock me on that one? I clocked it. So that's why I watched it. It seemed like a good movie because of that. But there was another book that I read where it was like, well, and also like Fourth Wing, but there was another book where it was the same thing where like the entire structure of the entire book was just like the games, and it wasn't like as like I like more of this where it was like, oh, you know, there's a couple chapters on this, but then you know, maybe it feeds a little bit like into the rest of the book, but like,
and I think
it moves along.
I think it gave the audience or the readers a chance to witness like the believability of Selena's skills, right? So let's showcase what she's good at, her strengths, and also I think that was what was believable is like her having to re-strengthen after being in the salt mines. Like, was she using that pickaxe that probably you know, but she wasn't eating, she wasn't like all of that was super. I don't understand why Moss also has to have everybody have stomach issues, like
watery bowels, baby.
Like, watery bowels and like throwing up all the fucking time. I'm like, Jesus.
Yo, she's an IBD queen. All right.
Love it. Same.
Yeah.
I mean, IBS, IBD, whatever. Again,
Did I say it wrong again?
Well,
did I fuck up like instead
DNF?
of DNR?
Still stand by that I'm going to resuscitate you, but
no, you're not. Let it go.
Do not go to the light. Do not go to the light.
Let me go.
Oh my God.
I want to haunt people, damn it.
The other thing I think that the competition served its purpose for is like giving us holy shit.
It's fine.
Take a breath. Giving us a peek behind the curtain of the entire court system underneath the King of Adarlan, right?
Yeah.
So like yeah, that's it. End there. Fucking move on. I don't know. I don't think there's a whole lot. I don't think bottom line, I don't think the competition was the biggest point.
It was just a little morsel to understand a little bit better, and then it was
again,
like, goodbye, we're
webs
done.
Out.
Yeah.
It introduces Kane. We meet Nehemiah. Is that how you say it?
Nehemiah? Sure, whatever. I don't know. My brain... I've said Nehemiah. I've said Nehemiah. I feel like I pronounce it... Every other time I read it, I pronounce it differently.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nehemiah.
Okay.
For the purpose of this,
I'm gonna stutter and probably say the wrong thing, but no.
Loved her right off the bat. Immediately, as soon as we met Kane, did not like him. Duke Parrington. As soon as she used the word waxy to describe his skin, I was like, oh, we don't like this motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah. Ew, I'm trying to waxy skin. Ooh. Gross.
Ugh. All right, let's see. Let's go into. Yeah, so the competition allows magic to leak in, and the first time I picked up on like that there's still a little twinkle of magic in the air was when they're traveling from Endovier to Rifthold, and Selena's like in her tent or whatever, and when she wakes up, the fairies had left like some shit for her.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was my first thing. I'm like, oh, one, she's important, because why are the fairies kind of like, hey, we see that you're out, like acknowledging her when it's a risk to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that was part one. Part two is then probably her recognizing the word marks, right? When she's like they're walking through that garden for the first time.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing immediately she's uncomfortable by the clock tower. Like she can just sense that something's wrong there.
Yeah.
Where else would you say are some important like sneaky little droplets of magic hints? I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously, we go back to like an mostly abandoned library.
Yeah.
Like nobody's in the library because like the King of Adarlan doesn't want anyone to have fucking knowledge and be able to find the things that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that was a pretty big tell. Or
Yeah.
like, because I feel like in a lot of books that's a big tell of like,
just
well,
the, I mean, just
like
the library in
knowledge
general. Like
and
not
yeah.
enough. Yeah, nobody's doing the work. Nobody's.
Yeah.
And I think that the like the way they treated magic in Throne of Glass was like it was this forbidden, like haunting element as opposed to this like wondrous, like sort of I mean magical element. It exists. And then it ties into the secrecy. I mean, a lot of this series is fucking secrecy and the consequences of that, and who's allowed to have access to magic. Yeah, I think the biggest hint for magic ties to Cain. I mean, he's the first one we start to see that like shows this ever increasing power sort of like not, it's more in a brute strength way, but something's off about him. Like we know that immediately.
And yet they still had to poison her for him to even pretend to win. Yeah.
Okay, so characters immediately hated Cain.
Well, yeah.
You just know. You
just knew you were gonna hate him.
Nehemia. Let's start talking about her because when she was introduced, when Selena met her, I immediately liked her. Did you not? Were you suspicious of her?
I was suspicious. Really? But I think also again, I'm one of the vibes. Like I just read, so like I wasn't thinking too much into it. I was just like, oh, she's suspicious. Like, Selena's suspicious. Yeah, exactly. Like Selena's suspicious, so I should be suspicious.
Okay, and that's fair. I feel like I got a different first impression of her. One, I really liked the way that she was just like strong in her opinions, like the way she responded to Dorian and kind of called him on his bullshit. And I also think that she immediately clocked that Selena was not Lillian. Yeah. Right? I think that was an interesting perspective. I don't think do we get any POVs from Nehemia?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It's all just other, I just realized that we never get any of the story told from her POV. No. Sarah J. Maas, let's go. I want to know. I want her story. I do think, did you get the sense that right away Nehemia was important though to the story? Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
And that's the thing, if we're getting names and it's not just like like names and like more understanding than just like a passing name. Yeah. I'm like, that's I gotta know.
Like, part of me wishes that we had. I would love to see Knox again because we'll get to that point towards the end. But one thing that really drove me nuts about this book is when Selena's trying to figure out who's causing the murders, like who's murdering the competitors, and at one point she literally thinks it's Nehemia. Yeah. I was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Like,
well, but then again, I understand why because like. She's caught her studying the word marks and all that stuff. It's like, again, because you're a different reader than I am. I know. From that point of view, it was like, okay, it was like she's kind of sketchy.
Fuck this bitch, and I'm over here like, you idiot, dude. Like,
okay, well, I was not exactly like fuck this bitch, but it was just like I'm suspicious of you. I was just like, okay. And it was either it's very like A or B.
Selena went. Selena was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like this chick is immediately." She was like, "I'm gonna dead her." Like, and I think that again, I think sometimes that's the impulsiveness of Selena, right? Like, but in my analytical like side of things as I'm reading, I'm like, it seemed so clear. Spoiler alert! That it was fucking Cain that was absorbing like, and maybe this is. I mean, I guess going into it, when you're reading it, you kind of know a little bit because of the hype on social media, right? Yeah. So, like, maybe that played a part into the way I was reading the book. But I feel like pretty early on when Selena notes that, okay, there's word marks around the bodies, right? The way they're being killed, and then, like, Cain just getting stronger each competition. I'm like, I just felt like there was a hint there that, like, obviously this guy's getting stronger. So it was so frustrating that late into the book that she was, like, questioning Nehemia and not fully seeing Cain for who he was. Like that was frustrating for me as a reader, just being like, oh, you're gonna ruin this friendship based on like an incorrect hunch here. Knowing that, yes, I guess she freaked out. Maybe I'm not taking into account her emotional state when she's trying to.
I also was just like, again, she's 17. I also think I was not looking at it when reading. I was trying to, not not like consciously, but inadvertently, I think I was looking at it as she is 17, she's young, and like just being like, what would I have done?
Yeah.
I would have jumped to conclusions. I would have, but
That's
again,
true.
I'm impulsive, so it makes sense.
The other person I want to talk about real quick before we move into Crown of Midnight is Elena. So I guess not person, but character, spirit, old queen, right?
Yeah.
She shows up manipulative a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, do we think she's I mean, I guess she's helpful. One, she gives Selena the eye of Elena, right? Not gonna lie, the first time she showed up in the book, I was like, oh my gosh, is this Elaine from fucking
Oh,
Akatar?
yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, wrong name, Elena, my bad. Like immediately I was like, I
Yeah.
just was like, I wanted the two books to be
But
related.
then, okay, since everything's tied in,
Yeah.
could be a little
Something,
hint,
yeah.
a little
Who knows
hint
if
of
it's a little
something.
Easter egg? That was where my brain went, and then I
Yeah.
was like, I think I'm reaching. So I think there's the Eye of Elena protects Selena, and it introduces the fate aspect of everything, right? And so like Selena has this destiny, but the thing that drove me nuts about Elena is like just so not helpful in the sense of like, you need to fix the world, and then disappears. And you're like, well, what the again, if we want to keep going back to the fact that she's a 17-year-old girl, give her something to work
Give her a little bit more than that. Like,
give her a morsel of information.
That's a very broad statement.
All she could have said was like, Cain.
Yeah.
You know? And it would have been like, got it.
Yeah.
Kill the fucker, you know?
I know, but then, yeah. I agree with you on that. It was too broad, and it was like, I wouldn't, like, again.
How would you react if, like, a spirit of the queen from centuries past shows up to you and is like, you've got to do all these things, but I'm not going to tell you anything about it?
I would be so pissed
at
off.
17.
I'd be like, fuck you.
Maybe now at 34, if someone was like, yo, you need to fix this, I'd be like, done. I'll figure it out. Like, it's all good, brother.
I still would be pissed off, though. I'd be like, give me some fucking info, yo.
That's the thing I guess we have to take, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Understand when Selena just immediately was like, I'm not fucking getting involved. Like, because she at first writes it off as like, no, the spirit comes to me in the tomb and all that. And like, she ignores the glowing of the fucking necklace and all that. And
I wouldn't have put the necklace on.
Like,
that's the thing. I'd be like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
I'd be
not
like,
today, demons.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm scared. What is going on? Like, I think
probably would have put on the necklace just out of curiosity's sake.
Yeah, I guess.
We're two different people, though.
Well, I would
you wouldn't use my bathroom at night growing up because of ghosts.
Okay, but because you told me, all right, I appreciate the spirit world. All right,
you respect it.
I respect it a lot.
It's there. I'm here, and never the two.
I like to be scared, but I don't really like to be like enmeshed in it. Again, enmeshment. I don't like that. And so, in my defense of being a child, she told me she had a ghost named, what was his name again? I can't remember. Billy. She said she had a ghost named Billy, and he watches us while we sleep. And I'm supposed to think that was cool? Are you joking? Her house was older than mine. Like, I didn't know.
Well, and weird shit did happen in that house.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
No, I wasn't trying to fully shame you.
It was a bit of a shame. It hurt my feelings.
It was a character
a little bit.
assassination.
It was. It's
God.
A character flaw I've been working on, okay?
I think you're braver.
I hope so.
We just brought some Berenstain Bear books in, and we had a good time.
Yeah, we did. Maybe I was new to the buddy system. I was like the first.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah, you started it. Yeah,
yeah.
Women need to go to the bathroom together. For
yeah,
sure.
thank you.
I did have two older brothers. So the competition ends. Kale kills Cain.
Cries about it.
Cries about it for 47 days. Crown of Midnight.
Yeah. Shit, I got the giggles. Crown of Midnight. Okay.
All right. So we want to look at this as an overall theme of Throne of Glass melding into Crown of Midnight and I almost said Elena. Selena's like journey, right? Because I think we have to tie back to identity and because it speaks volumes about her. You go from her being very guarded. There's this whole, I'm going to sneeze. There's this whole defense mechanism she's built up, which is her arrogance, and she doesn't let anyone really pass that. She's skeptical of people. And then we go into Crown of Midnight. She immediately dumps Dorian.
Yeah.
Huge mistake. No, I'm just kidding. Dumps Dorian and just goes to Kale and is like, "We're done. What's up, brother?" Like, and I think this is why I literally quit this book, is because it became Kale and Selena.
Did you just get really upset?
I mean, I just was like,
just
fuck
passed?
this. One, I didn't love because, like, let's get into it a little bit. I don't love that even as he's loving her, he's judging her.
Wait, can we backtrack really quick?
Yeah, go.
We didn't even touch. Wasn't Baba Yellowlegs for the first book, or was that the second book?
That's the second book.
Okay, never mind. Time in. My bad. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, spoiler alert: Selena wins the fucking competition. She becomes the king's champion.
Obviously.
Now she's set off on tasks to kill whoever the king tells her to. And our buddy Kale has such a fucking problem with this, even though this is exactly the thing he knew she was going to have to do the whole time. She's doing her job. And he's like, "I can't believe you're doing this."
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
but then he's also like, "I would love to diddle you."
Well, I mean,
You know?
I don't know.
And she's just like, "Seems like a good idea."
Yeah.
I know it sounds
what else
like,
is there to do? I
like
guess.
I'm judging her. I'm not. He's got probably some sweet
judgment.
muscles. You know.
I
do think
some of the fan art I don't agree with. I don't know who I envision in my brain, but sometimes
I don't
it's
even
not that.
envision Kale. Like, maybe that's my problem. Like, he's just this like silhouette.
He's just a piece of kale with two eyes, a mouth.
No, literally, it's like wavy edges. Dorian, I see clear as day. I'm like, got you. I got you. Like, I get it. I think I'm gonna get speared in my sleep over the distaste I have for fucking disdain.
No, a lot of people don't like him. Yeah, it seems to be well, it seems very like 50-50. I'm not like I mean, you know who I mean,
what?
Sorry, we're not to those books yet, but oh wait, maybe we are. Rowan.
Yeah,
it's like
Rowan's
obviously.
Okay, well,
he's my. I mean, obviously he's my favorite. Tall, fey, tattoos, angry, mean, white hair.
Talk nasty to me.
Check.
I can't get over the white hair though. That freaks me out. But anyway, I guess I'd have to see it. And all the fan art I have seen of it, I'm like, I don't know, maybe. He's always all those fucking like Instagram posts where it's like your birth month is your.
I get people I don't even know.
I've gotten Rowan like 6 times, and I'm like,
I wish I've gotten like characters I've never heard of before.
Swear to God, if
in books I've never read
on mine, I'm never going on Instagram again.
I got Reese like twice, and I was like, all right,
that's fine too. I'd be cool with that.
I wish I got Rowan. I might have gotten him before I knew who, like before I really clocked who
I
he was, and I was
just
like, whoa, handsome man.
I knew what it was about. Okay, so back to Crown of Midnight and the overall like, okay, we're gonna. She's now her and Kale start to explore their relationship. I guess we'll say. I think Dorian struggles with like giving her space to do that, and also allowing Kale to like actually maybe have a chance at a relationship, because I do think that's Dorian, as annoyed as he was by the situation, was very understanding of like, Cole deserves like
Kale definitely broke bro code.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about Selena a little bit though, she really starts to show her morality, because even though she's given these people to murder, and she's not unwilling to do the job. She just gives people the opportunity to like, hey, you can either escape this or I'll just come back and kill you. You know, like
I like that, because like it's like I'll give you a chance, but like if you don't take that chance,
right, like
I'm gonna
murder
you.
So that takes us into meeting Archer, and I think that immediately Archer was a red flag to me. I did not trust that he was going to do what he said he was going to do, which was leave and give her the information and then leave. Also, a little bit that we did not touch on, about book 1 is Nehemia, we see like she's been hiding some stuff too. So I think
Yeah.
book 2 is really where like the secrets really start to like build up too much. I'm trying to think of like, is it like a volcano? Where's the pressure like start to release, right?
Yeah.
From all of these secrets that everyone's keeping.
Yeah.
Because now Selena's keeping the secret from both. She's keeping a lot of secrets,
Yeah.
right? But I think the major one for right now is that she's actually not killing the people that the king is telling her to. She's just faking it, bringing other dead body parts in and being like, here you go, here's a hand or whatever. Nehemia, we find out, had her own secrets that she was keeping, and we start to realize that Dorian has his own secrets he's keeping as well that he didn't even really know about. He knew something was off, but because book 2 is where he starts to feel his magic, correct? Yeah. So I feel like Nehemia knows that Elena gave Selena responsibility and said, hey, this is on you. I think this is also where we realize that Nehemia knows exactly who Selena is, who we find out she is at the end of the book.
Yeah.
And so she fully says like, hey, you're not trying hard enough. You're like, you're allowing yourself to stay boxed in. And I think that's a protection thing. I think Selena fights so hard with her true identity, whether it's Selena or who we find out she is to be at the end of the book. Like, it's just, I don't think she can come to terms with the fact that like she has there's this purpose that she's supposed to fulfill. And Nehemia is sick of it. Like, Nehemia's like, people are dying, bad things are happening. You need to step up and help because you actually do have the power to do this. It's it's within your reach. That's a lot of pressure to put on, again, a 17, 18-year-old.
Yeah.
In any situation. But she basically, I think this is where everything kind of breaks apart, but it has to, because the only way you can rebuild yourself is by breaking, right? I do think that I hated Kale's point of view when every time he would talk about Selena, like every time it switched to Kale's, he was like, can I get past this? Can I this? Like, you cannot, how can you not accept somebody? How can you love somebody if you can't accept them for everything that they are, right? Like,
yeah, well, I guess because he was like, scared of what I'd be scared of. Yeah. I get it though. Like, in terms of like, I also didn't agree with that because it's like, well, I gotta love she loves all of you, or
she loved everything about him. Yeah.
You know, you should give her the same courtesy.
Yeah. And I think like, again, it goes back to like, you knew what she was going to have to do for the king. I don't know. Just one of those, just frustrating. So I guess let's get to the pivotal point in this book, right? Or one of them. This book had a lot. This is the book that I did stop reading because I could not get past I also felt like Selena and Kale were very forced. Like, I didn't feel like it was supernatural that they would be romantically together. I understood her connection to him because he was very loyal and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he had a lot of strength, and I think he was fulfilling a need in her emotionally that she was missing.
I felt initially it could have been more of like a fling, or like not like a I love him, or just more of like a it was a fling. Maybe she thought obviously that's what love felt like, and then realizes that's not what love is, or like what it really feels like.
Well, yeah, I think that maybe she had to, for the sake of the story, she had to
leave Dorian.
Fall in love. Yeah. Well, she had to leave Dorian. One, I do get that. I do understanding that, like, this is not really going to work because maybe that's the only time she wanted to acknowledge what her identity might have been by saying, like, I can't be with a Villiard, you know? Like, I just can't do it. The things I'm doing for your dad, blah, 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 whatever. Even though Dorian is not like his dad at all.
Yeah.
The whole catalyst, the turning point in Selena's fucking identity arc is Kale gets kidnapped. She's in love with Kale. PTSD, because now she's like, the same thing's going to happen to Kale that happened to Sam.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to relive this fucking nightmare. Yeah. You see something completely snap in this chick. Like, she just fucking blacks out. She's like, that's it. They've unleashed the beast. This is the first time we fully see, like, oh shit, this is assassin Selena, right?
Yeah.
She goes, she rescues him. Was it Archer or who Murtaugh?
Murtaugh.
Murtaugh? Is it Tau?
Murtaugh?
Anyway, use your
Yeah.
imagination. You know who we're
Myrt.
talking about. So tells him that, like, oh, this is why we took Kale, because he was going to question Nehemia tonight and being taken to the king. And immediately Selena's like, oh my God, I have to fucking go back and help. And they're like, and it comes out that Kale was the one that knew about this, that she was going to be questioned and all of that, and didn't let Selena know.
Yeah. Because Nehemia was a part of the
rebel movement. Yeah. That the king was having Selena try to dismember. Do you believe, like, I guess this is my confusion. That's the sound I envisioned it made, by the way. Do you believe that Nehemia worked with, because spoiler alert, we realize at the end of the book, Ground at Midnight, that Archer Finn was the one that coordinated her murder. But I thought Nehemia sacrificed herself. Or did she just know that was coming and she was like, I'm not going to prevent this from happening?
I feel it was that.
Okay.
More so.
Because at first I thought it was like she coordinated it.
Yeah. Or maybe like a little bit of both.
I don't know.
But I feel like she knew what she had to do in order for Selena.
She knew she had to die to wake up Selena and let her unleash her fury.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happens. I mean, she's all hell fucking breaks loose after Nehemia dies, which I do think needed to happen in order for Selena to fully, like, again, you have to rebuild. You have to break to rebuild.
Yeah.
And so that was important. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of liked that. It revealed Kale's true fucking, like...
It did.
I'm sorry. I think that she was totally justified in about to stab the shit out of him. And then, boom, that's where we realize Dorian has his, like, he's, like, fully in, like, oh, no, I'm going to stop you and freeze the fucking room. Love that for him. There's so much that happens in this fucking book. Because how do you get into, like, she goes into the library, like, doesn't she go on this whole journey to, like, she finds the portal under the fucking library, and, like, there's that, like, weird creature that comes out, and
and is that the portal she goes into and she turns into Fae for? No,
that's the no. So I'm sorry. I'll say okay. So like I think there's like a dungeon under the library, right? Is that what I'm remembering? Where she goes and she opens it because she uses the word marks to unlock the door that's under the library, because there's always stuff under a library.
Of course, always.
And that's where she, like, the creature comes out that's like kind of human, but not. And then that portal that she opens is because she's so heartbroken over Nehemia that she
wait, doesn't the creature that comes out of the portal? No, I thought didn't Cain let out a creature and she got stuck?
Well, that was like a weird animalistic demon.
Okay, because that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah,
of. Sorry.
No, the thing that comes out of under the library is like like kind of human, but not right. So he's like standing up, he's upright, he's this, he's that. Yeah, I think it's more human, and it was one of the creatures that was like kind of seeing what could be turned. I think during whatever, and so that's. I'm lost. I can see it all, but I can't fucking grab it. So that's what's under the library. The portal that you're talking about is when she wants to communicate with Nehemia.
Yes.
And see why did you do this? You know, what am I supposed to do now? I don't understand. And to be fair, I don't feel like Selena was like that great of a friend to Nehemia.
No.
Like, you judged her harshly. You didn't trust her. I think Nehemia was trying to, like, breadcrumb her along, too. Maybe that wasn't the right move. I think, again, secrets are no fun.
Unless they are for everyone.
You can't tell me that, like, had Nehemia and Selena just sat down and said, hey, this is what I know. This is what I know. Let's put them together and see if we can fucking figure this out.
Yeah.
Probably would have been way more useful. You just might not get 7 books out of that.
Yeah.
But Nehemia would still be alive, because like that sucked. That was brutal. And then again, I think it sent Kale in a spiral of like, oh no, I probably should have said something. And like, yeah, you fucking should have, dude. You should have told her like, hey, your only friend that you have is going to be questioned by the king, who you hate and you know he's evil.
Okay, and here's another reason why, like, as in that instance, no, I did not like him, but I think I like him as a complex character because he is trying to. I just like complex characters, I think, but he, he's fighting. Well, he's fighting with his loyalty to the crown, but then also his loyalty to Selena. In terms of like, well, facilitating.
Did he want to keep her
Nehemia
safe?
thing.
Like, was it a protection thing?
Maybe. I think it was a 21-year-old trying to protect her, but fucking up at it because he's also young.
I know.
It's like everybody's young in this book, so it's like they're not having the perspective that maybe that's like a full adult would have.
Prefrontal cortex lobe or whatever the fuck you call it.
That sucker ain't
developed
yet.
You got a couple more years
fully
for that.
Developed.
Okay, so then cut to, let's say, so now she hates Kale. Great. Okay, I get what I want. And
all right,
I'm just kidding. It's more, I'm rage baiting.
Yeah.
But now she goes, now we have Baba Yellow Legs, which, does she actually have yellow legs? I don't know. I envision her with that and like crazy fucking hair. And so, yeah, we find out, like, I think that whole scene was fucking weird.
Yeah.
What did she go there to find out? What was
I think Baba Yellowlegs was pretending to be a fortune teller.
Right.
Or something.
But, like, Selena wanted to find out what? Something about the word marks? The word whatever?
She was trying to find the word keys. I think it was that because that had been...
Oh, help me with the riddle or whatever it was.
Yeah. It was something like... Yeah, because... Mort. Yeah.
Fucking love Mort.
Love me some
Mort. I want a Mort.
Yeah. That would be great if they developed that. Like even if it was a toy, like a Mort,
Yeah, I'd get that. Sign me up.
That's gonna be AI though, so like I don't really want it.
How would it be AI?
Fuck AI. I don't know, because that's probably the only way billionaires would do it nowadays. They'd be like, well, it's gonna be AI.
Oh, I thought you meant you want a toy of it. Like I just want like a
like a toy of it, but they would
remember
do something stupid.
Oh
yeah,
on the,
that's
Billy
Mouth Bass,
Billy Mouth Bass, Big Mouth Bass, or what? Right? Billy Mouth Bass.
I remember the Filet-O-Fish commercial. Bring me back the Filet-O-Fish. Bring me that fish. Oh, that was Billy Big Mouth Bass.
Oh shit!
That was a good present in the Martin family. Let me tell you, a lot of people got that sucker. Take me to the river. Do not put me in the water. Do you know?
No, I had the one that sang the Bob Marley.
You would. You would have that one. I think the OG was like the Bring Me to the River.
I don't know that one. I was like, don't worry.
I'm gonna pee my pants. Oh my god. Of course it was Bob Marley.
Oh, and I didn't have one. I forget whose house. It was something that maybe Robert had it. Like,
Of course he did.
I forget. Oh shit. Man. Okay, so what else happened in Crown of Midnight? Take it away, Kelsey.
Oh no. Okay, so they went to Baba Yellowlegs. And then Baba knew who she was, and 100%. Then yeah.
Ooh, that's another thing I just saw where it was like she tells her something where she's like, I smell like, oh, the price, because she's like, oh, what's your price or whatever, and she's like, the price is no name or something like that. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna tell you what I know. Like, basically being like, your secret, I have your secret, I know it, and I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. She fucked up, rage baiting Selena by being like, oh, the prince came to me and I know, well, like, girl, you signed your death warrant. Like, that was a scare. I would love to see that scene on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, in that little fucking what is it? A tent trailer? Yeah. I don't know. What did they have back then?
I thought of it like a gypsy trailer a little bit.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, I was like, oh, and then the mirrors popped up, or were there mirrors all along? There was something was fucking, it was a fun house of mirrors in this fucking witch tent trailer. Yeah.
Do you think it was like in Harry Potter where like the tent, you go into it, it looks small on the outside, and then you go into it and it's ginormous?
Sure. It can be anything you want it to be.
Well, I mean, how else are they going to fit all that shit in there, Yeah.
Just like a trailer of
like mirrors. A hall of mirrors?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, it's like, how else do you fit that in there?
Yeah. Well, because then...
It's like Hermione's purse, and you're just like, there's so... Sorry.
I know nothing about Harry Potter.
All right.
She has a Mary Poppins purse?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got portals. We have witches. She kills Baba Yellowlegs, in case you didn't know.
Incredible. And then she gets... Does she get a scar? And then, like, that's how She becomes like the witch killer. Like they. Uh-oh.
Tell me more.
Let me fact
I
check.
don't fucking
Hold on.
know.
Oh yeah, so she goes to the woman to get help deciphering a riddle tied to the magic word mark she has been investigating. The witch says the riddle describes the 3 word keys necessary to open the word gate. She says a person who finds the keys and opens a gate will wield incredible power, enough to control this world and others.
Oh shit.
The witch then attacks her, and Selena ultimately kills her. She finds out the full riddle, and it leads to where one of the 3 word keys was hidden. But it's
So
gone.
nothing about a scar.
We're getting there, I think. Hold on.
I mean, I think she gets jacked up, but I don't recall. I think she's just a witch killer. I think she's known as the witch killer because she kills Baba Yellowlegs.
Oh, this is when, okay, so she kills Baba Yellowlegs, and then is when the portal that I'm thinking of happens. Okay.
Because then she
she contacted Nehemia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I'm encouraging you. Keep going.
yeah.
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 It's enthusiasm.
Okay. Yeah. So then she contacts Nehemia. Nehemia tells her everything, and that she left like a week before she was murdered. She left the rebel movement because she wasn't agreeing with what they were doing.
Archer.
Then Flynn, Archer Flynn.
No, it's Finn.
No, Finn. My bad. I added a Y. I don't know. Then Archer
Didn't
Finn
add a
comes
Y,
in.
you added an L.
Sorry, whatever letter that is, man. I don't know. I'm losing it. There's so much information.
So good. We're like short circuiting.
No, there's so much.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so Archer Finn comes in and backs up essentially what was said, and that he sent Nehemia to her death, and then opens up the portal
that she then goes into for whatever reason. Oh, because they take Fleetfoot.
Yeah.
I always say Fleetwood Mac. I literally think of Fleetwood Mac.
I think because Kale brings Fleetfoot to help defeat the monster thing that came out of the portal. They end up going into the portal, and that's when her fae ears pop up and elongated canines.
Kale's like even more like, I don't like her.
Exactly. Okay, but I think he's just scared of her. I would be too. But hold on, time out. You know how they say like they like the canines elongate?
Yeah.
Like vampire, or like are you a dog? You know, like
are they rounded or pointed?
In what degree? They got to be pointy.
Well,
but like, are you? Yeah. Well, maybe not. What if they are rounded? You know, who knows?
What I meant by rounded. I meant like that rounded, not.
I don't understand.
Like when I think of dog's teeth, they're rounded with a point. When I think of vampire teeth, they're flat with a point.
Oh. Okay. Now all I'm gonna picture is anytime they talk about any of the canines, I'm just gonna think of a dog mouth, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Just the snout.
You're so scary.
Can't take you seriously.
Yeah, I can't. No, I'll just laugh at you.
Ooh,
So I
sick burn. Sick teeth, bro.
Exactly. I think it's like vampire kind of.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe. Okay. Sorry. Time in. That was all I need to know how you envision it, because like I had to figure out how I did.
So what did that have to do with the portal?
Because she gets her fae ears and the canines, and you know, and Kale sees her fae form, freaks out about it. Fae form. Her fae form. She comes back, turns back into a human.
Yeah.
And then I think they defeat the monster and live happily ever after at the end.
Heir of Fire!
Oh no, this isn't working well. Oh, and then at the end of the book too, I forgot about this little tidbit. Fun. Kale sends her to Wenlin. Home, essentially. Sends her to
not her home,
not Terracin. I know, not Terracin, but like
so that's
a more comfortable place. Essentially,
Kale goes behind her back and is like, I'm gonna save her fucking fae life, and he makes a plan with his dad, because Daddy-O comes into the picture.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm gonna send you. Hey, we need to save Selena and get her out of here. Let's send her to Wenlin and set it up that she's going to assassinate I don't remember those people over there. Are they the Galathinians, or are they something else? Ashrivers?
that's how I say it, Ashriver.
So I think she's supposed to go kill them. Again, she's like, I can't fucking believe you did that. That was dumb. Even Dorian's like, dude, you're like, that's really dangerous. Why would you do that?
Oh yeah, to dispatch the royal family and learn about their military plans. Okay.
Yeah. So, yes, he sends her over there.
Okay, so
She
spoiler alert, he doesn't live in Doranel, Kale. He lives in Aniel. Aniel.
plot twist.
Yeah.
She's fucking. We didn't even mention Aelin, Ashriver Galathinius this entire episode,
I know.
but that's who she is,
That is who she is.
and that is the rightful queen of Terra Sen, thought to have been murdered 10 years prior when the king of Adarlan took over and wiped magic from the land.
Yes.
So she tells Kale a riddle, right? Isn't that like that's what they said?
Yeah,
Like,
so
she
on
tells
the-
him a riddle, and
yeah.
like, but I don't think you read that. I think it's just like she leans
Yeah.
in and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's on the docks. She essentially tells him everything. She
Yes,
says,
you're
"Hey,
right. She says-
word keys
yeah.
and everything that she had been doing." The creature, talks about the creature that her and Dorian killed in the tomb beneath the library, and how the king essentially has these like giant evil plans that he's trying to do, and that she doesn't fully understand it, but like she's getting there.
Yeah.
And then she tells him about the riddle, and then he figures out shortly after, I guess she leaves, that like who she really is.
Yeah.
Too late. You already sent her away.
Too late. You sent her away now, and then he gets like he like doubles down on his concern about like, oh my god, I've had her in this castle this whole time. She's gonna kill Dorian. At no point has she shown any interest in taking out Dorian.
Yeah.
So why is this a thought in your head that you're like, this is such a severe like risk now, and I can never let her come back, and this and that. And it's like, I don't think she was ever really a threat to Dorian. Like, I don't think she wants
he knows
the
what to
crown.
do
Like,
once he found out that she
No, I
was
know.
who she was. She was like, uh-oh. Because of the history, well, obviously we learn about it, but like the history of Terrasen versus
for sure.
Darlin.
And like
then-
probably wanting to get her revenge. He's just
Yeah.
thinking she needs to get her revenge. Like, and yes, she should kill the king.
Yeah.
I don't think at any
Wholeheartedly.
point there was even a smidge of risk or thought in my mind that she's like she would ever harm Dorian.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't think that's a thing. But now she's off to Wenlin, and Crown of Midnight, we essentially see like destroys the version of Selena that we've
Yeah.
come to know in those the one and a half books, right? And so Heir of Fire is kind of, we're seeing what's left over after that like intense traumatic loss of Nehemia, and also the cracking of her trust in Kaol, who was like the first person she really like wanted to open up to. I think even with Dorian, she still had a guard up.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think Kaol, she felt like she could trust with more, even though and he broke that. He fully broke that.
100%.
So yeah, I think she has a lot of survivor's guilt. Obviously trauma. I don't know. I think that by her telling Kaol who she is, it's like that first, like, she at least unlocked the door of her true identity. I don't think she started to open the door yet. But yeah, the fucking spiral she goes through in the first part of the book is wild.
Yeah.
Just such neglect of any responsibility, any acknowledgement that she even was sent to Wenlin to do anything.
Yeah.
Because is it Doranel also? Wenlin or is Doranel where Maeve is? Doranel is where Maeve is.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Yes. And that's when we first meet Rowan
Soon.
Whitethorn.
Yeah.
I think within the first like couple of chapters.
Because he finds her. Yeah. He finds her
he's the one
like,
that finds
"Hey."
her and takes her to Maeve.
Yes. So do you think that all along, so in the last 10 years, while Selena was Selena, do you think that she had any remnants of Aelin at all? Do you think she packed that version of her up so tightly and was like, I'm not going to let this one out at all?
I think it would be hard to not have something, even if it's only a little bit of something. But maybe I also, though, there was a lot of trauma, so maybe she did really pack it away.
There's trauma. She completely, you find out that she fears this version of herself so much, with the hinting at like this beastly form underneath her when she goes to rescue Kaol. And then when she is like, she always references turning into her Fae form as like super painful. And yeah, the pain and this and that, and then being she's terrified of what her power can do. Always thinking that like, what's the word? What am I trying to equate it to? Where she thinks that she's the reason behind, like she could destroy the entire world.
Yeah.
If she
Like
gets
she
out
can't
of
trust
control.
herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. There's no self trust. So yeah, I think she had to like become Aelin again, and that's like the arc of this book is her, and I think that's where Rowan comes into play, and is maybe was I initially like quote unquote attracted to or like pulled to him? Probably not. I knew what he was going to be because of everything that's out on the internet and Instagram. So once he was introduced, I was like, oh, there you are.
Like, I know who you are.
Yeah. And again, another like what 300, 400-year-old Fey man, being typical Fey man.
Typical.
Still brooding over the loss of his wife like 200 years ago.
Yeah.
So they kind of trauma bonded a little bit. But he could not fucking stand her.
No. And she couldn't stand him either.
Yeah.
Which I like, it felt very believable. And it wasn't like 2 chapters of them not liking each other, and then it was like, well, I kind of like him. And it was like, no, it was like, book,
you're still kind of like, you guys don't really like each other.
Yeah. It was like long enough, because I feel like sometimes in books that happens where it's
so
like
quick,
they just put that in there just to get through it in order.
I hate you. I hate you like too. Throw me against the wall.
Exactly. Yeah. The enemies to lovers, but it was like
that's
enemies
the trope
for
in this one,
10%,
sure.
And then like lovers for 90%. And I was like, that's not realistic.
No, that's not realistic. Yeah. So why do you think that Rowan works for Selena / Aelin, like this version of her journey?
Because, what do I think? Because he was accepting of her. Well, he was, obviously we didn't know it at that point, but initially he's a fae, so he would be accepting of who she is, and he's also powerful in his own right. So I think maybe, I don't know, obviously we don't find that out, but like I think maybe because he's willing to teach her, he has to. But I think also like teaching her and stuff maybe made her feel like, hey, he will be accepting of like who I truly am.
100% acceptance of like that she has this more complex side of her. Like he understands the Fae side, whereas Kale was like very scared of it. And I also think that like as this book goes on, you realize, one, yes, I think they trauma bond a little bit, because you realize that like he starts to realize that as he gets to know her a little bit more through her, I don't want to say like emotional outbursts. I don't want to diminish them, but she has a few breakdowns warranted after, like she's really coming to terms with a lot of the trauma that has built up in her life. One, her parents, Sam, everything she's had to do, the competition, the way Kale broke her trust, and then losing Nehemia.
Yeah.
And what Nehemia said to her. Like, we didn't even touch on the fact that, like, Nehemia basically was like, you're a fucking coward. Like, you're not, like, you are so weak-minded. You're not, like, you're just willing, you're complicit, basically. And
also,
I think that was really hard for her
insane to say to a 17-year-old. Like,
but I think Nehemia is young, too. So, like, essentially, it's just a buddy calling out a buddy.
Yeah.
And so I think that Rowan, in his brutal, honest way, was what Selena Aelin needed to hear. She needed to. I don't think she could be babied anymore. I think she, like, the clock is ticking. We have to get you to understand who you really are. Do you want to save, Terrasin? Do you all of these things she's conflicting. She's conflicted with. I think it really helps that. I think that you see a true partnership form as opposed to just like almost like relationship by proximity. Like Kale and Dorian were the first 2 men she met outside of Endovier. So they were the first opportunity for connection. And not that Rowan wasn't really like kind of the first one. She lands in fucking Doranel or Wenlin and is like, this guy's good looking. But I do think their relationship's more believable in my mind.
Yes.
Because it builds over a longer period of time and on more of a foundation together. Because there's some scary shit that happens in this book with when she goes, is that like a cemetery she goes through? Remember where like that first thing like tries to suck like feeds like fear into her and then sucks like right? Are those the Valg? Is that what the Valg is?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think Rowan and Selena Aelin work because of that foundation they build over the course of the book, and then again, like trauma bonding, And he's another one that like is turned on by her strength and her power as opposed to fears it. And I think that's important in any relationship, not just fantasy world relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
We do. Okay, so we meet Maeve. Maeve's a piece of shit.
Surprise.
Also, wait. Weird thing that like made me ick for a minute was finding out that Rowan and Aelin are like technically cousins. Like down like I get it. It's far enough away, and we're not going to talk about it. But like, why do you even have to say it? Why'd you have to tell me?
Very Pilgrim of them.
Yeah,
you know, like
we go back to pilgrimage.
Yeah, always.
Famine.
Yeah.
That was my favorite line of that entire episode. His body carried me through famine. I hope that's in. Fucking
better
love that.
be. Yeah,
I love that. So good, a good line.
It's true.
Okay, so we meet Maeve. Cool. Have we met Edian?
Edian?
Fucking schmuck. Not Edian, you.
No, I know, sorry. Edian. I think, when did we meet him?
I think Heir of Fire, yeah. I think but like, I'm trying to think of like, so.
He's within
I actually
the
really
Rebels,
liked him
correct?
right
Yeah,
away.
I did really like
he's
him.
with the Rebels because at first, like, you're not sure because again, with Kale's point of view, which is lame.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm just kidding.
It's fine. It's fine.
We see Edian and like he's kind of painted like Kale doesn't know. He's like, is this guy like legit? Why is he saying his forces are coming and they're not? And blah blah blah. So you do learn that Edian's like part of the rebel movement and all of that, and finding out that Aelin is supposedly alive. And so that's a whole thing. Meet Maeve. Okay, we have to talk about the witches though because I loved Manon, and I know that's where we lost you. Like that's where it lost you.
You know what it was? I liked Manon. I liked Manon. Where it pissed me off, it didn't even piss me off, but where I got bored was like it was very. It was just kind of like focus. It was a couple of chapters where it was just focused on the witches and like I think I was just fatigued with all of the characters, honestly.
Dude,
just like so many introductions to characters and places, and it still is hard for my brain to picture where everything is, where everyone's from, and then you throw in these factions of or covens, excuse me, of witches.
Well, no, I think they're like, they're clans and covens.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what.
And I'm just like, okay. And then it's like, oh, you know, the hierarchies and stuff. And like, obviously, Manon is like the one, you know, for the most part.
Well, she's the one we're given to focus on.
Are the ones that we're going to focus on. But I think it was like they were learning how to ride their. Oh, they're not dragons. Wyverns. Thank you. And I don't think she could ride. I think she picked Abraxas and all that jazz. I think at that point.
First she picked like the main bull, and then like the main bull pissed off Abraxas, and Abraxas was like, "Fuck!" Or no, she's thrown into the ring when when during the selection process, and so Abraxas essentially saves her life.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Turn she mine. Does." Yeah, and in turn she does too. Like it's a whole.
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved that. And I think that we see that in Manon more, a little bit of her humanity. Like you realize that like she's not as not evil, because a lot of the witches are painted
cutthroat.
as like very cutthroat, very like you're not supposed to have any softness.
And especially Manon with like the other, even though they're all witches, the other witches, you're supposed to like not she be kind to them.
That's Manon's conflict, I think, and we see that maybe more as we get out of Heir of Fire and into the other books. So we won't touch on that too much. But I immediately loved Manon.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really cool addition.
Yeah. No, I definitely liked once I picked it up again and I got past that, I really liked her and the 13 and just understanding of the witches
what's her
and stuff.
Fucking Astrid?
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
Astrid.
She's good.
Astrid's wild and has a little bit more conscience.
Yeah.
Like there's something about her that she's like, this is wrong. She calls out Manon. I think that's cool. I think it's important to have somebody that does that.
Yeah.
So I have been really enjoying Manon's addition, POV. And Abraxas. Gotta love a little feisty wyvern dragon action in the plot. I'm trying to think. We also meet Sorsha. Sorsha's the healer. She starts
Yes.
helping Dorian control his magic because this
Mhm.
book is where Dorian starts to really. I don't think he has a choice to embrace his magic. It's starting to get out of control, so he needs to figure out how to control it or kind of snuff it out a little bit
Yeah.
because it's fucking dangerous, right?
Yep.
So like, and also I think dangerous because now by this point we really all know that like something's going on. The King of Adarlan has magic kind of on a leash, right?
Yep.
And he's using it by using these other portals to bring in things that are evil. We don't fully understand how. I think until I don't want to spoiler. I don't want to jump into another book by accident. So I'm trying to think of when we see that like quote unquote possessions and things like that. Sorry if it's a spoiler ahead
I
of.
feel like it's at the end of this book, possibly.
Because now that the witches are in, the witches are taken to the Ferian Gap, right? And Morath. Are they in Morath yet in book 3? I'm not quite sure. Because they're basically brought over there to try and ride the wyverns because nobody else is succeeding. Everybody kind of dies when they try. So they're thinking that the witches and the wyvern can work together and become like an aerial force in the King of Adarlan's demon war. So we meet Sorsha. She's helping control because magic is a no-no. The end of Heir of Fire is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I think a lot happens, not surprisingly. You have, in one realm, you have fucking Aelin and Rowan fighting the Valg off in Wenlin. And then you have the king doing his thing, and Kaol and Dorian and Sorsha get pulled into that.
Yep.
Kaol, this is the first book I think we start to see Kaol sympathizing with the rebels.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, Dorian is who he's loyal to,
100%.
you know, versus the crown,
or even Aelin. Like
Yeah.
he has there's no, even though you're realizing like Edian is Aelin's cousin, that whole connection. Yeah, it's makes your head hurt. Thinking
Yeah.
about this fucking thing. Literally. So I think that at the end of Heir of Fire, you have the collar on fucking Dorian.
Yeah.
The collar that allows the
Valg Prince
to come in.
Yeah,
and like,
inhabit him.
Yeah.
And
Take him
then
for a ride.
Yeah, and then you realize that essentially the entirety of the King of Ireland's like court and everything is controlled by
Everybody's
the Valg.
and the rings. We didn't even fucking touch on
the
rings.
and the
like,
rings too.
I love. I mean,
Yeah.
Edian is a genius. I mean, when you find out that his ring, he's like, I've been wearing a fake, and you're like, what?
That's
you could do
so
that?
smart. It's so insane, so smart. And then at the end, that's when Aelin comes back to save. Is it the end of Heir of Fire? She comes back to save.
No, that's the next book.
Shh.
Okay. I think I don't. Yeah, she's not back yet because
my bad.
Edian,
I'm sorry.
no, because Edian gets captured. The end of the book is her traveling back, I believe.
Okay.
Basically, she rescues Rowan because Maeve.
That's crazy too. Yeah,
there's a whole scene with that.
Yeah, because she has Maeve's ring, and she's like,
Brennan,
okay,
right?
yeah, and so she's like, I'll give you the ring back if you let him go.
Yeah.
Gives the ring back. She lets him go, and then he
blood oaths.
Yeah, and then he blood oaths to her. I was like, romantic.
How come no one's ever slit their
No one's
palm
blood
for me?
oath to me? Hello.
Yeah, I know. There's so much. And another person I do want to talk about, who I haven't fucking really mentioned this entire time, is Kaltane.
Yeah.
Like, start off not liking her. I don't think we're supposed to like her at all, really, ever. But I have to say, like, she intrigued me, and I kind of wish we had a little bit more information on her.
Yeah.
I think she's an underdeveloped side character, but I do think that there is a level of importance to her.
Yeah.
And I can't say that just yet. I think we might have to talk about her a little bit more, whether it's I think in the next episode. She makes a big deal. But I think even just the interactions between her and the little bits that she feeds to Selena back when she's like in that cell before Duke Harrington takes her. I think there's like little snippets of things in there that are important.
Yeah. And then the other thing too, with what's his Sorry,
Which one?
with like
Which one?
Lorcan and the other guys.
Yeah. Do they all? Oh yeah. So Lorcan.
Yeah, because during that like that fight for Wendland,
They all show
They
up,
show
yeah.
up, but they're not. You could. That's when you learn like the real tension between Rowan and them, and it's like, oh,
which I still don't
yeah.
fully understand. Like I know there's a whole lot of history,
Yeah.
hundreds of years. There's obviously history, but it seems like Rowan, and maybe this is more for the books coming up, there's like not animosity, but there's something there. There is tension 100%. But
well, I think the other thing too, the tension there, but I think also too because at that point he had already blooded
No.
no, he hadn't, right? Okay.
When they come to the fight, that's before they go
Do the blood oath? Okay.
To Maeve, because he basically calls them out saying like, hey, these Valg guys are going to come and kill us all here.
Yeah. I think,
and they show up, and what pissed him off then was that like they all went right by Aelin and didn't help her really.
Yeah.
Not that you really could. I mean, she was single-handedly kind of trying to hold the shield up.
Yeah. Also, though, too, because they're essentially controlled by Maeve, more or less.
Right, because of the
oath they have to her.
Yeah.
So then is it like, did she say, send them there, but then say don't help?
She didn't send.
No,
she didn't send them. I think they have there's obviously freedoms, and we learn that a little bit more in the next couple books.
And there's like workarounds too.
Right, and that's the thing with Fae, period, is that like they're very, they almost have to be so explicit and literal in what in their dealings, because they can find that loophole, and so that's why you have to be specific.
Yeah, I would not.
That would get me. I'd be like, I'd just be like, yeah.
I would not survive because I would make the most vague shit.
Yeah, and
they'd be like holding you to it, and I'd be like, uh-oh,
fuck. Now I gotta hop on one foot for the next 37 years. Maeve's a little bit of a manipulative biatch.
Yeah,
she and I think she wanted to toy with Aelin, like big time. Yeah. And when she starts whipping Rowan, Aelin's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
No. Which is cool. So yeah, Heir of Fire, Aelin really comes into her power. And then we see Dorian gets the collar that is for the super powerful people. Because I think like the rings allow just Valg in, or some
just
sort of like
general
basic
Valg,
possession.
I think.
And the collars are for the princes and allows more control of the power.
Yeah.
Because you have to be pretty powerful to receive a prince. So with that said, with our very rambling fucking synopsises, I want to do a little rapid fire question and see where we think, and then we'll wrap up a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think we've all spent enough time on these. If you haven't read them, fucking read them. You're way later than we are. So, and we're about 22 years late. So, what's your most painful moment of the book that you'd say?
So far? I was actually really upset when they put the Valg in Dorian. Really, that was like that. I was like, oh no,
that was
because I knew that was like not, obviously it's not going to be good. But I felt also Sorsha. Her getting murdered. Okay,
plot twist for Sorsha. She was actually she was
working with the rebels too, right?
She was working with the rebels.
But that I shed a couple of tears because I was like. I don't know. He was in love with her, and that's sad. And just taking away a very valuable member of the resistance and stuff too.
Yeah.
And then immediately he's down and out. He got Kale out, which like bro love.
Yeah.
But then it's
another thing Kale goes
on
to cry
and
about.
I just at that point we didn't realize who his father was, what he was. And so I just thought his father was horrendous.
No, I know we can't talk about that yet.
But because
that's a big deal.
Yeah, but just. His father was just so horrendous, and then he's like, haha, putting a collar on you, and then puts a collar on him, and then so like that in just like back to back, I was like, wow, that's so sad.
Yeah, all the goodness of Dorian is just like, the saddest moment or painful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was hard. I think Nehemia fucked me up. Yeah, I really was rooting for her to be so pivotal in Selena Aelin's, journey. Yeah. And not that wasn't, it played a part for sure.
She was pivotal, just in a different way.
Yeah, just in a
traumatic way.
Traumatic way, for sure. Most frustrating character decision.
Kale not supporting Like being instead of like finding out who Selena is,
Yeah.
being scared of her versus like
Yeah.
accepting of her.
I'm gonna say
And
Selena.
just Selena in general not being a 17-year-old, I guess, and making rash, impulsive decisions and stuff like that.
I think my most frustrating decision that was made was Selena choosing Kale.
Yeah.
Not that I don't understand it. It just was frustrating for me because I'm like, that would never have been
Yeah.
me. Like, never. Um, most underrated moment.
Most underrated moment. Probably meeting the witches, but you lost me at that point. I think it was like for me, it was underrated because I was like, wow, I'm bored, but now I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I love
I know, now we
Manon.
know.
So I'm like, okay. And even like as the end of the book came, I really enjoyed her. So I'm like, wow, I wish that I had
Yeah.
like been more enthralled and like so that for me was the underrated moment. What about you?
I'm trying to think of underrated. Underrated moment. That one's stumping me a bit. I feel like I want to think of an underrated character over a moment, and I want to say Caltaine. Like, and that's only because I've read a few books past Heir of Fire, and I just wish I had more information on her.
Yeah.
From the start.
Excuse
me. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I'm hiccups.
Let's do a therapy session real quick. Which character needs therapy the most?
Aelin.
All of them?
All of them? But like for sure Aelin, Selena.
Yeah.
She has gone through the most at this point that we know of.
I am between Manon and Kale. I'm gonna throw it out there. I know but I do because I think Kale has like there's something there that like maybe it's breaking through. Maybe it's getting broken through the more he works with the rebels. But even still, we're gonna talk about it in the next episode. But like, he's got a long way to go in my opinion, and that's I think that he could have benefited from like talk to somebody, brother. Like you know what I mean. Manon I think Manon's incredible. She's got grandma issues.
Oh yeah.
And so I think she could use someone like I think Aylin's an obvious choice, for therapy. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go Manon and Kale for my. I'm gonna sit them down.
Dorian
I'm gonna sit them down.
I mean, like again, all
Dorian
could
has
do
daddy
it.
issues. Yeah. And he has the weight of the responsibilities of his fate too, right?
Yeah.
And we'll end on what's the best? This is tough. You might have to do a little research.
Okay.
Best quote. Is there a quote that sticks out to you that someone said? And I have two lined up if you want to think about it for a minute. So I'm gonna start with Dorian.
Okay.
You cannot pick and choose what parts of her you love. And he's obviously talking to Kale.
Good one.
Because he's picking up on the fact that like Kale's conflicted. And he's like, dude, you have to love all of her.
No, that's fantastic.
The second one that I had highlighted was Manon. And it says, once all of that is done, you and I are going to learn how to fly, and then we'll stain this kingdom red. And I don't know why I loved that, but it just was so like, we're gonna like just wait till we get in the fucking sky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're gonna make our moment here happen. Talking to Abraxas, I think that's cool.
Okay, I don't have a quote, but I have a moment actually that this might lead back to like a traumatizing moment.
Yeah.
Was when it was an Heir of Fire. I can't remember what. I'll read it to you because I highlighted it on my Kindle. Great feature, let me tell you. That was when they noticed that every musician on the stage was wearing mourning black. That was when they shut up. And when the conductor raised his arms, it was not a symphony that filled the cavernous space. It was the song of, I'm going to butcher this. What did we say it was? Elwi? Yeah.
That's what I've been saying.
Then the song of Fenharrow and Melisande and Terrasen, each nation that had people in those labor camps. And finally, not for pomp or triumph, but to mourn what they had become, they played the song of Adarlan. When the final note finished, the conductor turned to the crowd, the musicians standing with him. As one, they looked to the boxes, to all those jewels bought with the blood of a continent. And without a word, without a bow or another gesture, they walked off the stage. The next morning, by royal decree, the theater was shut down. No one saw those musicians or their conductor again. And like that
Ugh,
really, it
know.
really did that. So it's not a quote, but
No, I
that
know.
moment
Amazing.
to lead back up to that first thing too, though I forgot that moment happened, honestly, and I think I
know.
may have blocked it out because that really was
Well, I forgot
tears
that the
coming
king
down.
had killed everybody, like,
Yeah.
in retaliation against Nehemiah, right? Like, wasn't there something that, like, he killed those people in the camps?
Yeah.
Like, to make a point.
Yeah.
And that was fucked. And then, yeah, to do that to the musicians.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
So that was I highlighted it, but I do remember that being like a very sad pivotal moment. And then so like that, like it wasn't a quote, but just that moment really was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I know. I don't really know how to wrap all of this up because there's so much that happens in these books. But I think this is where we'll leave it for today. Selena Sardathian, broken open, standing in the ashes of everything she thought that she was, and really starting to become Aelin. She's finally sees who she's supposed to be. I think she's accepting it a little bit more. But here's the thing: if you thought that these 3 books were a lot, you have no fucking idea. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally just getting started.
Tip of the iceberg.
We have Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, and the Tower of Dawn coming back up that are going to pick up at full sprint. So we'll come back for our next episode because Aelin Galathinius is just getting started.
Yeah,
so
she is. Heck yeah.
So we are going to end it there, come back to plot twists and deep thoughts, and let's see if there's some more fucking chaos so we can unleash on this.
Please come back.